General Badia, thank you so much for talking to us today. When we're thinking about securing Europe, what do you see are the key challenges?
Thank you very much for having me. First of all, well, key challenges for Europe, there are numerous. Because why do I say numerous? Security nowadays cannot be sought regional anymore. It's really global, and this is where it comes from. And really, in short, it's not only what we see in Europe with the devastating war Russia imposed on Ukraine. Now it's a lot more when you look from Indo-Pacific challenges, from China, if you look towards North Korea, towards Iran, and the Middle East, and then going up to Russia. There you see all the different challenges we are having, and for Europe nowadays it's not really the one or the other, it's a combination of all, and those are the challenges we are facing, and this is what we have to be ready for.
That's really a very complex landscape you're drawing. If you think from the European perspective in particular, what is important, what would you like to see happening?
Well, first of all, NATO has come quite a long way when it comes to military instrument of power, when it comes to what NATO and the European pillar, as we say, of NATO, what we have done. You all know, after Madrid summit back in 2022, a new strategic concept was agreed by the heads of states, and with this strategic concept, of course, new plans, new readiness, new capabilities, and now, this is the important thing, I mean, decisions and plans are one thing, which are very, very important, but now it's really implementing and providing all those capabilities by the member states. And this is what the cohesion of the alliance shows, and this is what we're working on strongly. But let me say that also nations have come quite a long way. Out of the 32 allied nations we are having, 23 already above the 2%. Money is not everything, but it's an indicator that there is more money being invested in defense, which overall gives us a broader security.
And you mentioned already NATO as the key actor in the picture right now. What, from your perspective, what additional key players do we have to make this work?
Well, again, it's everything, and this is why it's so important. And I always used to say NATO is a military instrument of power with, of course, there are some diplomatic aspects, but in combination, for instance, with the European Union, this is where you gain your strengths amongst allies and partners overall, because if you look just, for instance, at the European Union, of course, you have financial instruments of power, economic instruments of power, justice is there, so there are a lot of more things what you bring together, and this is really, again, where I look at the cohesion of the alliance overall, and this is what we need to do. It's everybody.
Do you remain hopeful?
I do remain hopeful. I see that really people understand, and what I'm always trying to explain at the same time, being hopeful, this is a whole of state, whole of government, whole of society approach where resilience aspects become a lot more important. I see this happening. I see that really society understands that better, how to prepare for certain things and the challenges we see out there, and as we call them, and really to absorb those possible strategic shocks. This is what you have to do.
Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.